Quite a few people have been recently asking me what I think about Fortuna, and honestly, I am not sure why. I get why people would look for info before buying a 50 big currency game, but with Fortuna, you can play it yourself for free and form your own opinion. Imagine that! I know it's probably not a very popular practice in the current year, but still, you can do it. Even on consoles in a month or so, probably.
The big thing that we're pushing to get is that our console tenno will be able to enjoy Fortuna this winter rather than having to wait out the holidays and all that other stuff.
Most Warframe YouTubers pushed out their opinion on Fortuna already, immediately or a couple of days after it was released, because they realized there's really not that much to say about it. I could probably go like... I like how it looks. I like gate drive. And I like animal tracking. So thanks for watching and donate to my Patreon to support the channel. But for one, I don't want to echo what dozens of people said already, and for two, I don't do Patreon. I suppose people may have been curious about my opinion because of the unfortunate videos, which mostly featured bugs, but seriously, those were just minor non-game breaking things and I didn't have a single crash, as amazing as that is. Game froze for 20 seconds a couple of times, yeah, but I was pleasantly surprised I didn't get any Vietnam flashbacks of the Plains of Eidolon release. It appears that the game may have crashed. And I am still running the same hardware, which was outdated even back then. The one problem I have with Fortuna are the bounties, where most objectives are very generic and uninteresting. None of the cool shit from the map is used, and I really think they should have integrated the unique locations into unique bounty objectives. But to be honest, I didn't like bounties on planes to begin with, and unlike the planes, in Fortuna there's enough other stuff to keep me occupied, so that I have found myself enjoying Fortuna without bounties, just tracking, mining and fishing occasionally while exploring the open area. I am sure that's going to change as the novelty wears off, but before that happens, Rectoid battles are hopefully going to become a thing. So if you ask me, I'd say it's good. However, that's just my opinion and it doesn't matter very much. What matters is how Fortuna does overall. Now, naturally we have no financial data from DE, but we can at least take a look at the Steam player statistics, and I am actually sort of surprised, because I thought Fortuna would do much better than it does right now. In the past few years, Warframe's active player base has been growing steadily, with two big peaks. The first in October 2017, when Plains of Eidolon debuted, and the second this June, which brought the Sacrifice quest with some E3 teasers leading up to it. Shockingly enough, the Sacrifice release peak and Fortuna isn't very different, and the numbers from after a few days seem worse for Fortuna, which is something I can't reasonably explain with the much bigger marketing campaign, much bigger update scope, and what seemed like a lot of hype leading up to the release. And no, I don't want to say, holy shit, Warframe's dying, guys! Even though that would make a really good thumbnail, and lots of views probably. Oh. Still, Warframe is good. This much traffic is way more than enough to keep Warframe alive and nicely profitable, but there just should have been more of it. Fortuna was even featured on Steam's front page. Warframe was at the absolute peak of its all-time publicity, and for a reason I cannot figure out, it just didn't translate into player numbers. I don't know. I think even with the bounties being sort of crappy, Fortuna is the best Warframe content update so far, but its appeal to new and perhaps returning players seems to be way worse than I would ever consider. I don't have an explanation for this, as the video title suggests. It's just something odd to ponder about I wanted to share. If you have any hypotheses or secret insider DE data, do feel free to post a comment. I guess ultimately though we'll just have to wait and see how the player base reacts in the horizon of a couple of months to really get an idea of what's what. For now, yeah, this is bizarre.